Hey guys, this is Mr. Magic Tutorials 1 back again with another magic trick today. This one I just learned a little while ago, and I thought it was a great trick, and I really wanted to learn how to do it, and none of the videos revealed it, and I finally got one that revealed it, so I know that it's a cool trick, and so I'm going to reveal it in this video. So here's the trick. I was at the carnival the other day, and I had met this little boy, and I told him that I'd give him $1 for every time he got it right, and he'd give me $1 for every time he got it wrong. So I told him that I had 3 cards. He said, all right, and I said, the first card is a red card, and I'll put that down here. And I told him that the second card is a red card. I put that down. I told him that the third card is a black card. That's the money card. And then I told him, it was $1 for every time. He got it. I told him I was going to put the black card on bottom. And then I told him, where's the black card? He said, it's on bottom. I said, that's obvious. He said, no, son. I said, I mixed up. I said, no, son, this is going to cost you $1. And so I said, well, you got a 50-50 chance. Where do you think the black card is? He says, is it on the top? And I said, no, son, it's going to cost you $1. Then he said, well, it's not on the top, it's not on the bottom, it has to be in the middle. I said, sorry, son, it's going to cost $1. He said, well, in the beginning you had 2 red cards and a black card, so you must be cheating. And I said, sorry, son, it's another $1. Then I said, well, where do you think the red card is this time? He says, on top. And I said, sorry, son, it's going to cost another $1. Then he said, well, it must be in the middle. And I said, sorry, it's another $1. Then he said, okay, you have more than 3 cards. And I said, look, 3 cards. It's going to cost me another $1. So you're at $7 right now. And I told him, I'll make it easy on him. Put out these 2 cards, a black and a red. If he can guess what this card is, then he doesn't have to pay me anything. But if he can't guess what it is, he has to pay me $8. And so he said the color is, and I said it doesn't matter. It's going to cost you $8. Alright, this trick is the 3-card color monte. This is one of my favorite tricks. It's a great trick. All you gotta do, or know how to, is double lift. The pinky double lift is the best, personally. It's my personal preference. This is the setup for your cards. You're gonna need 3 cards. You're gonna need an ace, any black card, any red card, and any 8. Now, in the regular trick, they double it and they do it 14. But there's no such thing as a 14 playing card. I mean, it's a 13, but it's a king, and that doesn't make much sense. So the number card's fine. So I just do another $1. So yeah, it's helpful. So the order is going to be 8 of hearts, ace of diamonds, ace of spades, or you can do that in opposite order. And when you show them the 3 cards, you just flip them like that, but it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you get them in this order when you start. So the order is an 8 on top, a red ace in the middle, and a black ace on bottom. And then to start the trick, show them you got 3 cards. Hit the cards a little bit so they don't think that anything's sticking to them. Like, you can't do that with a trick that has tape on it. Okay, and so what you're doing now is you're just taking, I like to just flick it just a little bit like that, and then I just kind of drop the other card. And then what I'll do is I'll take my, stand up here. I'll take my pinky, just like this, and I'll just place it like that, so you can just barely see a little line right there, but it's there. And then all I have to do is stick your thumb under it just like that. You've lifted 2 cards. And you're flipping that back over. And the rest of the trick pretty much consists of this. You're putting this down, you're actually putting down the 8, and you flip over this card. Now make sure to make the effect better when you're doing this right here, after you've got your double lift here, and then you're flipping over this card, you're flipping it back over. So make sure that you do the same with every card. Show the ace, and flip it back over, and then put it down, and then you're taking your last card, flipping it over. You don't have to flip this one back, but what you're doing is reversing in the order again. So now it should be 8 ace, 8s, 8 ace. The 8 should be on bottom, so you're just reversing it. Then what you're doing is you're double lifting again. You know how to do that. and you're just putting it on bottom. You can do it quickly, you can do it slowly, just make sure they don't see it. Then you say the whole story, and the story is, you can go back to the video and do the story. I mean, you don't have to learn the story, you can actually just ask them, but they'll start to catch on that it's kind of sleight of hand. But, so the story is that it's $1 for every time you get it right, and it's $1 that you have to give me for every time he gets it wrong. Make sure you tell a spectator that they don't have to pay anything for this trick, because if you say you got a money trick, a gambling trick almost, they're going to be like, oh no, I don't want to waste any money, because I know you're just going to steal it all from me, because you know that's how people are when they see a magician. So then what you're doing is you're just, once you have it like this, you're saying, no son, that's going to cost you $1, or you can just say to the person, that's a red card. And then what you're doing, this is the secret move. You do actually have 3 cards. What you're doing is you're sliding it out like this, so that you're telling them that they have a 50-50 chance. And while you're looking like you're flipping over this top card, this is actually what's happening. I'll give you an underview. Okay? This is the position that your hands should be in. The ace on the bottom, and then your thumb should be holding the top card. Then this card, the middle card, should be right there. Now the reason that you're doing this move is because you can't double lift because it's an ace of spades, the black card, and you can't single lift because that's the 8. So what you're doing is you're sliding this card and showing them that's that, and then you're pulling this card just behind the 8, just barely, so you can probably still see it. Then what you're doing is you're grabbing the top and the bottom cards, just like this. You're taking them, and you're flipping them over and putting them on top. And now what you're doing is you're flipping them back over, and you're saying, no, it's not on top. And this is what this does. It sets it up in the middle. I had problems with this when I first started doing my trick. What I would do is I would go like this. I would span through my cards. I would flip over this card and flip it over like that, and I would reveal it. That's not what you want to do. I also did it like this one time. It's not what you want to do. You got to make sure that you're either putting your cards down and flipping it over, or you can just do that without any power, anything like that. So the next part of the trick is they say that, well, you must have 3 red cards now, and you said it's going to cost you $1. Then you go to the front and you do that same secret move. You do the same thing on the black side, the same exact thing. You put it back over, and it should be in the middle, and you just the same thing. Then what you're doing is they're thinking that you have more than 3 cards, so you're reversing the order again. Not really reversing it, but yeah, you're reversing it. So it should be like that. So the 8 should be last. Then you're flipping over the next 2 cards, and you're telling them that if they can guess what this card is, then you don't have to pay them anything. But if they can't, then you have to pay them $8. And then you'll kind of point to them or say, like, name a color, and they'll say the color is, and say it doesn't matter, it's going to cost you $8. That's the 3-card color monte. You can actually get cards from the magic shop. Seen them at Magic Geek before. I don't know. They're everywhere. It's just such a great trick. If you learn this trick, it's very good. These cards are very easy to double lift. Actually, all you need to do is go grab a deck of cards, and most magicians will have a deck of cards around the house, unless that you're kind of a magician that doesn't do card tricks. Then you should have a deck around the house, and all you gotta do is, if you don't have aces or anything, you lost cards to your deck, you can still do this. All you need is a black card, a red card, and an 8. And that's going to be the end of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this trick. Please subscribe, comment, and tell me any magic tricks that you guys want me to reveal or do on this channel. Thanks, guys. It's Mr. Magic Tours 1.